Hello, welcome to Shad Life. I'm super grateful for the support that I've gotten on my channel so far. When I started doing my channel, I really had no idea what direction I wanted to take it, what I was going to put on it, or anything like that. And I'm still evolving it, still changing, still kind of doing, things, trying to improve the quality of my videos, trying to, really think of good content to put out there. But while I do that, my big thing is I just want to be myself. I mean, the channel is called Shad Life for a reason. I really like to be natural and just be who I am as a the real person out there in the world. Um, so 2,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I mean, for me, that's cool because I don't really over glamorize my channel or over edit it or put like really fancy stuff in it or whatever. It's pretty much just an informational channel about mostly about biking, right? And so I don't expect that I'm gonna just have this massive growth spurt because I really only tailor my videos for a certain audience. And I think as more people find out about it, it grows a little faster because it's definitely started to pick up momentum a little bit for people who want this style of video, but it's definitely not like for everyone, and I know that. And I'm not trying to make my channel for everyone. I'm making it for me and those of you that support me. And like I said, I like to be pretty raw, pretty natural with it. I don't over edit anything or anything like that. Um, and there's an honesty and truthful part about my channel when I'm riding my bike or testing something out or whatever. So, yep, this is just a short little update video. So that's cool. I really appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The comments are wonderful. I love chatting back and forth. I do feel like I'll get to a point where that's going to become more challenging as more and more people start chatting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer everybody's question or whatever. I have started a Discord channel, but I don't think I have enough subscribers for that to really be viable yet, but it's still out there. I'll post it down below and see if that can get any traction. So another update is a couple of things I want to talk about. One is there was an incident yesterday where these kids were off their bikes and running backwards on the trail. So watch this clip because I basically turn on my GoPro, which is it's kind of funny because I actually got it on footage, and just watch how sudden as I come around the corner, these kids just like scared the crap out of me, and I scared them. So here, watch a clip. So, what are you guys doing? Does that make any sense at all to run backwards down the trail? Gosh. So, when I was riding yesterday, there were a couple of things that happened. There was that, right? And I just was like, whoa, I kind of gave it to those kids. But, um, you know, that's really dangerous for me, for them. I would hate to come around the corner and run into a kid and injure them or get myself injured or both of us injured or whatever. It just would not be good. Um, I also was on the trail a bit later and had a similar thing happen, except it was two adults. And what it was is it was trail runners that were running, but they were running the opposite direction on the trail. So the trail is multi-use, So runners are allowed on the trail, hikers are allowed on the trail, but it's a one-way trail. So just if you are a trail runner, don't run the opposite direction on the trail. Run the same direction as the bikers and everybody else, because here's what happens when you're running the opposite direction. We close in on each other much faster. And I know people think running the opposite direction or hiking the opposite direction is safer because then they can constantly see whether a biker is coming or not. But that's not true. That's like riding on the opposite side of the road into traffic because you can see traffic coming. It's like you close the distance, and then the second thing that happens is you give the rider or the car, if you're on the opposite side of the road, no opportunity to like slow down and wait and whatever before they pass, because you're close. And even if you stop, there's this conflict, right? If you're running on the trail and a rider comes up behind you, they can slow way down and give you time to find a spot to step off the trail. If you're coming at the rider, there's no real option. You have to dive off the trail. It might be an inconvenient part of the trail to step off of the trail or whatever. But if you're going with bikers and you're on a narrow part and the biker comes up behind you, you can keep running, and you should keep running until you find a safe, good place to step off the trail. We want to keep single track single, so diving off the trail, whether you're on a bike or running or anything, is just not a good idea. Always wait and find an open spot that you can step to the side and let somebody pass. Don't just trample through the woods or on all the vegetation around the trail to get out of somebody's way. So that happened. I didn't get that one on film, but it was a similar situation. I was coming around kind of a blind corner. Right as I came around, boom, there were a man and a woman right there in my face, and they were jumping out of the trail. And it's just like, had they been going the same direction, I could have just gotten on the brakes and slowed down, and they could have kept going. Actually, there's plenty of space for that to happen, but because they were coming towards me, it was a much more sudden thing. So wanted to talk about that. And then lastly, I have a video clip here. Riding in the fall, the leaves are pretty gnarly. Couple of things, and I talk about them in the video, but leaves will slide your front wheel out in corners if you're not ready for it. So you want to take it down a couple notches when you go into corners. And then another thing leaves will do is they'll hide a lot of things that are on the rocks, roots, things like that, ruts, whatever. And so you won't be able to see those things, and you'll be riding, and all of a sudden your front wheel will hit something and knock sideways. And then it gets exacerbated because you're on leaves, so it might even knock sideways, and because it's slippery, it'll just keep going, versus a lot of times when you just pop off of a rock or something and keep going. So yeah, watch this video clip, or a couple of video clips of me riding in the leaves.
Just a pointer here for you if you like to ride in the fall. Leaves can be very unpredictable, and they'll catch you in corners when you're least expecting it. So what I like to do is I like to go fast in the straightaways, but I get all my braking done while I'm still going straight before I go into a corner. This stuff's not too bad because I'm going relatively slow speed, but like I've had a couple times, like right here, where the leaves could slide my front tire out on me. So I'm just aware of it, and when I see that the trail's covered in leaves like that, I slow down a little more than I normally would to go into the corner. So this time of year, that's my skills tip for you. Be careful. So another thing about the leaves is they'll obscure things that are underneath them. And there it was pretty clear, you could see all the rocks. But if that was leaf covered, you wouldn't know about the rocks. Or somewhere in here there could be a rock or a rut or something in the trail and you wouldn't even know it's there. You just have to be aware of that stuff. Of course, I know this trail like the back of my hand because I ride it all the time, and if that's you, it's a little different because you like have a good memory and know what to expect. But if you don't know a trail, you actually don't know what you're going to come across. So I actually went a little slower through here than I normally do just because I don't want to slide out on the leaves. And right here there was a root right back there that I knew was there, but you wouldn't know that it was there if you're not familiar with the trail. So just be a little careful. You're out riding this time of year. Be aware that you're not going to see everything in the trail. Be aware that leaves are slippery in the corners.
So there you have it. Just a quick little update video for you. Some safety tips. I might do more safety tips on my channel. And I also want to do some trail etiquette. I talk about this keep single track single. A long time ago, I actually was helping with some trail maintenance, and I did a video on it. I'm going to start doing a little bit more of that. Of course, we're going into winter, so I don't know how much more I can do for that. I can talk about the snow stuff and kind of the rules and riding guidelines for riding in the wintertime. But come next year, I'll talk a little bit more about trails, trail maintenance, safety tips, things like that. I think that stuff's really important. I have put out some videos cautioning people about jumping and doing some of the more extreme stuff without having the right skill and getting injured. I came across a kid that broke both of his wrists. He was on some department store bike, bombed down a hill, went off a tabletop and just went right over the bars, put his hands out, snapped them clean. I mean, his description of it when he was talking to his mom on the phone is my hands were floppy, like they were cleanly broken. So if you do that kind of stuff without knowing what you're doing or without the prerequisites, which I do how-to videos on all the time, you will get yourself hurt. So 2,000 subscribers, that's awesome. I really appreciate your support for my channel, and when I say that, I mean it. I really appreciate it. And please hit the subscribe button and like button if you like the video. Thanks. Peace.